Meeting is now streaming.
It's setting up. Hello, 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 hello. I believe we are live. Guys, I'm really, really excited for you to be joining me today. I am here with Katrin Marras, who is she's become a friend. She's someone I didn't know a couple of years ago. She's also working with me at the moment. She's someone who I saw speak at a laughter conference last year, and I'm just amazed at the work that she does, because when she first told me about it, I really didn't understand it. Language, laughter, how do they go together? She is a language teacher. She is the founder of Laughter Skills, and she's Australia's leading laughter linguist, which is a real tongue twister. She's an expert at language teaching and communication. And what I love about Katrin is that she, like me, is the eternal student. She's always willing to learn new things about communication, about language, about business, about all kinds of different things. And unlike me, she speaks 3 languages fluently, which is amazing. And again, always keen to learn more. She combines her expertise in language and laughter training, and she's actually come up with something really unique, really special, and really groundbreaking for teachers to use in the classroom to accelerate the performance of their students, to help to keep themselves and their students calm, relaxed, cool, chilled, and focused. So I'm going to let her explain all of that. But firstly, Katrin, welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You are so, so welcome. So you've been a laughter teacher for many, many years. You've taught not only in language, but you've done swimming teaching and instructing for aqua aerobics. You've had some very interesting careers through your time, or like jobs, should I say. The first thing I want to ask you before we get into all the laughter stuff is, like, what do you see as the biggest challenges for teachers whenever they're trying to teach something to a student?
Well, I would say stress, because literally every teacher I know is at some point or to some degree stressed. And so stress in general is a big problem for teachers and for their health. And another thing that comes to my mind would be motivation, students' motivation. So it's hard for teachers to keep their students motivated, to keep them engaged, and in the classroom, or especially now with online teaching, to keep them awake, because nowadays students are hiding behind the screen if we teach online, and they might not be there at all.
Yeah.
And that makes teachers feel bad, because teachers take it to themselves. They feel like they are bad teachers. They are not preparing interesting content. So yeah, that really sits pretty deep within a teacher. And another thing that's also a big problem for teachers is lesson preparation. It takes so much time. It takes ages to prepare worksheets, to prepare stuff. And there are so many cool teaching methods out there, and they're all great, but some of them are really time consuming in terms of lesson preparation. And even the simplest one, just to find a video or a really suitable picture, takes already easily 15 to 30 minutes just to find that.
Yeah.
And to see whether it's suitable or not. And so it's very time consuming, and that drains teachers as well.
It is time consuming, and I think it's something that people outside of the teaching world don't recognize or realize, and it's something that teacher friends are just like, like, I don't work 8 to 3 in a school, let's say. Like, there's so much more work to be done. I see that there's a couple of people online, so feel free to drop into the comments, say hi. We are live on Zoom, but I'll be coming back to Facebook to check in on the comments. And if you're on the replay, let us know that you're there. Give us a big hello. Tell us where you're tuning in from. And let us know if you are a teacher, if you're like, oh, yes, that frustrates me too. So on the flip side of that, then what do you think are the biggest struggles for the students? You mentioned before teachers can struggle to keep them motivated.
Yeah, well, that's a problem for students too, because they are losing motivation most of the time. In the beginning of the school year, or at the beginning of a course or whatever, they are super motivated, but then it's quickly going down, mainly because they are lacking progress. They don't really see their own learning progress. And for example, in languages, they have studied a lot, they know a lot, they have a lot of things in their head, they have completed tons of worksheets successfully. And then they are thrown into a situation, into a real life situation, and they are still not able to speak fluently. They just, they can't say a thing. And that's very, very frustrating for students. So yeah, the motivation thing goes down with it. And another thing that many of my students are lacking is self-confidence. They do not dare to speak. And I think that's very specific for language teaching, because language is something that you have to like speak out loud, and they don't dare to speak. They don't feel at ease. They are afraid to make mistakes. So they just lack self-confidence and confidence in speaking. Of course, another thing is memorizing words. We all forget all the time, and students forget words all the time, or information that we give them. And that's mainly because it's not relevant to their life. So the language itself is not alive to them. And that's something, and they might not. No, I can hear myself at all. Yeah. And that, so the language itself is not alive to them. Am I still there? That's something, and they might not. No, I can hear myself at all.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, something's wrong. I can hear myself.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Think, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, it's better. Yeah, because I could hear like everything I just said as a replay.
So lots of problems for students and for teachers as well. And yeah, I get what you're saying about being a student. It's like, yeah, super frustrating with a language if you can't speak it and not track that progress. That really resonated with me as well. So obviously people are jumping on the line to hear about laughter, teaching, all that kind of thing. How did you come across the combination between laughter and teaching, and how did, like, what was the idea that triggered you to try that?
Well, I used to work as a secondary school teacher in Berlin, which was a very stressful time for me. And then I stumbled across laughter yoga. I mean, I did all sorts of things to de-stress, yoga and sports and whatever. And I was always looking for new things to try that could help me to balance my life. And I discovered laughter yoga, and I learned about the benefits of laughter, that it helps to reduce stress, that it is a health booster, and that it increases the oxygen intake in our body. So I found that very interesting and tried it out myself, and noticed that it made me feel great. Even though it was a weird experience in the very first time, but still it made me feel great. So it really helped me to feel good and to be motivated again in my life. And so eventually I decided to become a laughter yoga teacher. That was back in 2016, and I was still in Germany. And I started to, once I became a laughter professional, I started to experiment with my students. And my first thought was, well, I want to make the lesson more fun. And also I want to wake them up. So I was thinking about that oxygen intake that happens when you practice laughter. It's all about the breathing. And that leads to students being, or to people being more awake, more focused, and in the end also more motivated. So that was my main goal in the very beginning. And then I noticed that it also laughter triggers a strong emotional response usually, and most of the time it's positive.
Yeah.
And when we think about learning, emotions lead to learning. So emotions are what make us alive, and emotions are what make a language alive. And whenever emotions are involved, we remember, because we remember how that situation, that content, that video, that picture, whatever, makes us feel. So emotions are the key to learning, and laughter triggers those emotions. And laughter exercise is so easy. I don't have to buy anything. I don't have to prepare for hours or whatever. I can just do it with my students. And besides that, it also enhances relationships. So the teacher-student relationship improves, but even the relationships within the group improve. So in the end, I realized that laughter exercise kills two birds with one stone, because on the one hand, it helps teachers to improve their personal well-being, the personal health, the personal life. But at the same time, it helps students to improve their learning, or their learning experience, or learning performance. And that's super interesting, because teachers can use it as a double as a double tool. And so basically, to me, laughter and learning are a dream team.
Yeah, they are. And when I heard you speak about it at the laughter conference last year, like, so much of what you've just said made so much sense to me, because I know from my background in laughter that laughter opens up the unconscious mind so that we can plant seeds for positive change. And that's why I use it a lot in my coaching work. I know also what you're saying about emotion is totally true. Like, we change through emotion, and that's something else that a past mentor in coaching, helped me to realize, is like, when people are emotional, even if they're bawling their eyes out crying, they're at a point where they're willing to change. And in the mind, things are just stored differently when we're emotionally activated, like you're saying. So it all made perfect sense to me when I saw you present about this last year, and I was like, oh, right, that's what it's about. I get it. It really landed home for me. So are you happy to do a little demo of an exercise? I know we did one. I successfully locked into my memory a phrase in French. I'm running late in French that we did at the laughter conference last year. I repeated it back to you about a month later, and you were like, yeah, you got it. Like, it works. It works. And for those who don't believe me, je suis pressée.
You mean that one? Yeah.
And Diana's on the line. She was there. She knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, are you happy to do a little demonstration of one of your laughter exercises, just to give people a little taste of how it might relax them, make them feel more confident, or help them to learn?
So which one do you want to do? That one that you know already, or another one?
Oh, it's totally up to you. Well, firstly, maybe even just a very Diana saying yes.
An easy one, a one that involves only one word.
We can do one with one word, or even let's just laugh. I know this is something that we do together regularly, where we can just laugh. So
yes, so I also include laughter breaks all the time in my lessons. And something I really like is the timed laughter. So you basically take your stopwatch, and you just time 30 seconds or a minute. Let's do 30 seconds maybe. And you laugh. And I tell my students, like, close everything, put your pencils away, maybe even close your eyes. And I'm going to time 30 seconds. And that's basically to free your mind, to empty everything that's in there, to refresh yourself and to wake you up. So it's called a 30-second laughter break. Okay. So you take a deep breath in through your nose.
Everyone on the line can benefit from this, guys. So joining in.
So you take a deep breath in through your nose. And on the exhale, you just laugh and you keep on laughing for 30 seconds. And that's it. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, and feel refreshed. Good morning.
I love it. Guys on the line, let us know. And if you're on the replay, let us know how you feel after that. I just don't want to stop laughing when I do a laughter break with Katrin. Just go contagious laughter and we just get rolling.
And that's okay. It can last longer.
You've also started to create some really cool stuff for teachers, including a program that's coming up later this month. Do you want to share a little bit about that? Because we've talked about, teachers get stressed, they struggle to keep their students motivated, and you've got some pretty great solutions. Do you want to share a little bit about the Happy Teachers Success System with us?
Yes, so I created that program called the Happy Teachers Success System because I want teachers to be happy and I want them to be successful. So the Happy Teachers Success System, also a tongue breaker.
Two birds with one stone again. Are you picking up on how Katrin does things, people?
And so I decided to launch that, or to create that online course, because most teachers don't even know about laughter training. So not only do they not know about laughter and learning and how we can use it as a teaching tool, but first of all, they have never heard about laughter training. So how could it come to their mind to use it in their lessons if they don't even know what it is? So I want to spread the word and through that improve the life of teachers, obviously. And I decided to do it as an online program because I've been teaching online since 2018 now. And so that became kind of my field of expertise now, doing online trainings and online courses and online lessons. And besides that, today, now with all the Corona stuff going on, offline is simply not an option. And I want to make it accessible to everyone. So it has to be an online course so that everyone can do it. And teachers will learn everything about laughter and learning and how they connect and how to use laughter exercise as a powerful, scalable teaching tool. Because as you might already know, laughter training and laughter exercise is not based on humor or comedy. So you basically can laugh within an instant, which makes it scalable. Which makes it really literally a tool that you can use at any time. And we will dive into lesson planning and how to create the right exercises for your teaching content. And in parallel to that, teachers who participate in that program will undergo some sort of personal development towards a laughter mindset, because you need to feel what you teach. It starts with you as a teacher. You need to embody what you teach. And for that, you have to shift your own mindset first. And I did that. I shifted my own mindset. I became myself a laughter yoga teacher and whatever before I even thought about taking it into my lessons. Of course, it doesn't have to be over years. You can shortcut this development a little bit, but you need to work on yourself. You need to feel what you teach. So you need to undergo that development towards a laughter mindset yourself. And that's always going in parallel to everything you will learn during the program. And there will be a Facebook group because I want to hold participants accountable. The program itself is a self-learning program, so you can do it at your own pace, and it's an online program, which is not live, but thanks to Facebook nowadays, we can still interact and do weekly action steps or weekly Q&A sessions where people can share their experiences or their questions. And I will be there available as well for anything related to the topic. And I think it's very important to create some sort of like-minded community. And for teachers, it becomes some sort of support community to be in a group with other teachers who are using it. So I'm definitely going to host that Facebook group as well. And I'm also hosting a monthly 1-hour laughter session, which will be free for participants of the program, because I want teachers to get laughter practice regularly for themselves. So this is going to be like a standard laughter session, but it's supposed to be their self-care practice, their monthly self-care practice, and of course also to get new ideas and maybe some inspiration. So yeah, that's another thing that comes with the program. Well, the 1-hour laughter session is already on, but it's going to be free for participants. Yeah,
it's just a delightful little bonus that she's throwing in there. So if people want to find out more about the program, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Well, you can always message me on Facebook, follow my Facebook page or my Instagram, but also this week I'm releasing, or I have released already yesterday, my little 3-part video training, which is totally free. Which gives you already an introduction. Actually, it's giving away a lot because it's 40-minute videos 3 times. You can already get some practice, get to know the topic, get some first experiences, and already start to work on your mindset and learn some exercises that you can maybe already use in your lessons if you are super keen to try it out. And this is free, so people can sign up. People who are interested, sign up, and you will receive 3 days, every day 1 email with a video and action steps for that day.
Yeah, cool. So I know behind the scenes that she's put a lot of free goodies into this 3-day series. So if you want access to the series, or you would love to find out more from Katrin about the full program with all the modules, all the how-tos, etc., that's launching later this month, feel free to connect with her here on Facebook. She will be tagged in once we get off the live. I'll tag her in so that you can connect with her, send her a message. And if you're on YouTube, I'll pop her website and all the details on how to connect with her there. Any questions from anybody who's on the line? If not, feel free to just give us a smiley face, a thumbs up, or a laughter face. And I'll just click on the comments. I can see 3, but it says there's 4. So just do a little check in here. It's only going to show me 3. All right, awesome. Well, that's it from us today, guys. If you've got any questions, feel free to tag Katrin in the comments as well. And we'll see you all again soon. Katrin, thank you so much for coming to share here today.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day and keep laughing. Choose to laugh.